All right, here we go.
Sound the horn!
The 6AX Classic Breakfast with Nat and Westo.
Hey, it's Nat and Westo from the 6AX Classic Breakfasts. We've wrapped up another week. Mm-hmm. That then means another podcast.
It does. Do you know, nothing good starts from a conversation with your flatmate where your flatmate says, I dare you to ... You heard about this YouTuber, he's only 24 years old, right? And his flatmate said to him, I bet you couldn't stay in a Bunnings store overnight. So he has. It's is it Sunshine Coast?
Gold Coast, I think it was.
The Gold Coast?
Yeah.
So he's gone into the Bunnings store, I think it was about 7:30 before they closed. And then they closed at 9. But, of course, everybody gets out of the store by 9 o'clock and everyone locks up and off they go. But this fella has decided to stay overnight. And he was going to hide out in the playground, but then, I mean, that's fraught with danger anyway.
Yeah.
So then he's gone down the bathroom aisle and he's built himself a little fort behind all the toilets and the sinks, and he's squashed himself behind all these boxes and waited for everyone to leave. And then he spent the night in the Bunnings store.
I'm not surprised that no one found him because, you know, these days you can never find anyone at Bunnings.
And there's no one to ask either.
You've got to use the app. So I guess you go into the Bunnings app and search for YouTuber and it'll tell you which shelf he's hiding on.
But he had it all planned. I think he took some water and a muesli bar with him. I would have taken a bit more.
I'd have needed more than that.
And he's actually thought, I'll sleep on one of the dog beds because they've got the pet section in there, isn't it?
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy. So he actually took the muesli bar and some schmackos.
Exactly.
But then he's too tall. So
too tall for the dog bed.
He didn't sleep on the dog bed. But apparently he said it was just so boring. Mate, I would have a ball in Bunnings, but then you've got to be careful not to trigger the alarms.
Oh, yeah.
Which he thinks he triggered something because at 6 o'clock nature called and he's drunk his water bottle and he's obviously got to empty himself out.
And then people have turned up once he's triggered that. Yeah,
but
right.
wouldn't you, if you've already drunk from your water bottle, it depends how good your aim is, wouldn't you then try to put that fluid back into that water bottle so that you're not triggering any alarms?
That's a good point.
Thank you, mate. I'm a thinker.
It could have, it would have been interesting if it got a bit night at the museum and things started to come to life.
But Bunnings, like I can imagine doing this in Kmart. Oh, I'd have a ball in Kmart. But I think the only thing that was really disappointing for him was that there was no sausage sizzle.
Exactly.
Right?
BYO snags. See, that's where he fell down. He should have pre-packed a couple of
snags.
Yeah.
Or grab some on the way in.
Hey, what else is happening in this podcast?
Oh, yeah, it's a podcast, isn't it? Well, we're talking about useless talents because I have a lot of useless talents, one of which is talking into this. The other one is basically dislocating my jaw and fitting my fist
I'm trying to do it
in
now,
my mouth.
We should have taken photos of that and put it up on the Facebook page.
Well, if you Google Nat Foster OnlyFans. But we took some calls from some listeners who also have useless talents. I had a conversation with my best mate Shay recently, and she's been ripped off by Temu, which really irked her. So then we opened up the phone lines for that. When have you been ripped off? And you know that I've been fossicking around the bins, so I did the big haul to cash containers for cash. Yep. So I've earned quite a bit of money from my empty beer cans and the cans around the office, by the way.
Yeah.
And then finally we talked favourite movies. Oh, and my dental implant. All my dental work is done and dusted now.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
What a relief.
Yeah.
And what a lying mongrel of a dentist I've got that said there would be no pain. She blooming well lied. There was lots of pain.
The 6AX Classic Breakfast with Nat and Westo.
Today it's useless talents.
Mm-hmm. Some of us are more proud than others. We had a barbecue the other day at work and there were quite big buns. I mean, they're ridiculously large.
I like big buns and I cannot lie.
And I have the ability to almost dislocate my jaw. So I did. I shoved a sizable amount into my mouth. You looked absolutely shocked, Westo.
Yeah.
Like I'm in some dodgy film. And you said, how did you get that in your mouth? And I said, mate, I can put my fist in my mouth.
Which was a revelation.
It was something that I picked up in uni. You know, when you're all sitting around and you're supposed to be studying, but you're drinking instead. That was my talent.
How did that... I'll just try this then.
Mine was tamer than a lot of them. Let me just say that alcohol was cheap back in the 90s.
Yep.
And we had nothing better to do. Sure, we could have been studying, but we decided not to do that.
Who wants to do that?
Who wants to do that?
When you're paying for a tertiary education, why would you study?
Well, then you end up here.
That's a good point. Mine's equally useless. I'm not very good at it, but I can juggle 3 balls.
I find the little balls easier, the millet balls.
Millet balls, yeah, they're kind of soft.
Yeah, they're easier than a tennis ball.
Because they hit your hands and bounce out.
And I tell you what, it's almost impossible doing it with a basketball.
And a chainsaw and a cat. So what talent have you got that it really is absolutely useless, like, say, juggling or fitting your fist in your mouth?
Come on, mate.
That's
a money earner right there if I had an OnlyFans account.
Yeah, a lot of people would pay if you got it in there and you couldn't get it back out. Seedy from Karratha, you have called about a useless talent involving a Sayo cracker.
Yes, mate, I surely have. Can you fit a Sayo in your gob in one go? Well, I tried that, and you can. You've got to put one pointy end down your throat and slowly squeeze the rest in. The trouble is, saliva in your mouth makes it go soggy. It starts to fall down your windpipe. It almost bloody chokes. I only tried it once.
Mate, can you not try that again? Because we can't afford to lose listeners, Seedy, especially one of our favourites. So let's not attempt that again.
No, never. Especially after a few sherbets. You know, you reckon you can do all these things with a few sherbets under your belt. You find out later on, not a good thing.
Yeah, no. A lot of sherbets is responsible for a lot of 000 calls, I believe.
Absolutely. Jessica in Bayswater, what is your useless talent?
I can do the Rubik's Cube.
Now, does that involve, Jessica, like me a few years ago, where you pick the stickers off and then you put them back on? Is that how you achieve it?
No. My dad designed a system when we were kids back in the 80s.
Yeah.
I learnt that system off by heart. It was like pre-speed cubing, and that's the reason why it's completely useless, because nowadays, of course, people can do the cube in under 9 seconds, and it takes me like 1 minute 30 to do the cube.
Oh, but you did it the original way, mate.
You're ahead of me. I don't think I've ever solved one.
But I bet back in the 80s, mate, you were one of the most popular kids at a party because you could do the Rubik's Cube.
Oh, yeah, man, I am the biggest nerd.
I love it. We should have a listener party. We should invite all of our listeners that have useless talents, because I'd want to see you do your performance before anybody else, Jess.
Well, the sad thing is it seems to be genetic, because my 9-year-old daughter now can also do the cube in 1 minute 30.
Wow. Is there competition within the house, though? Is she trying to undercut you? Is she going to go 1:25 or something soon?
No, because she just knows not to.
Wise kid.
Joining us this morning, we have got the volunteer producer, a.k.a. Nat's mum, a.k.a. Lavinia from Yanchep.
Are you ringing up for useless talents, Mum?
Yeah, I have got useless talent.
You know you can't win the wine, because that's normally the only reason you ring.
Well, I won't bother then.
Okay. Thanks then, bye. No, what's the useless talent? Can you fit your fist in your mouth like your daughter?
No way, no. I can sing the alphabet backwards.
Really?
Yes, really.
Hang on, I'm 55, 56 years old, and I didn't know you had this talent.
Well, you never asked.
No, you didn't ask, but my mum could do it.
Yeah.
And then I could do it.
So maybe it's genetic. Maybe if I tried it, I could do it too.
You could if you tried.
Yeah.
Please indulge us. Can you show us your useless talent?
Well, Natalie doesn't like me singing, but I have to sing it to get it right.
Yeah.
Shocking. Okay, go for it.
ZYXWVUTSRQPONMNLKJIHGFETCBA.
Oh my Lord, you actually did it. I mean, I couldn't check it because I'm not that smart. That's incredible.
You reckon you can do that?
No.
Okay, right.
No chance.
Nat and Wester, the only way to start your morning. The classic breakfast on 6AX.
We're asking you, when have you been ripped off?
My best mate Shay ordered something on Temu and it didn't turn out to be what she thought it was going to be.
No.
You didn't get what you thought you were getting?
Absolutely not.
Did you at any point in time think that you would get what you wanted and had paid for?
I absolutely thought I would get what I paid for because the picture looked magnificent.
So what were you after?
I was purchasing a maidenhair fern, and the picture on Temu, there was a lady holding this beautiful, big, luscious fern, gorgeous.
Yeah.
So big you could hardly see the lady. I just thought, what an absolute bargain.
Yeah.
All you could see was the lady's feet and her head. The fern covered the rest of her body. I didn't get that.
What did you get?
I got about 4 little strands of 30 centimetres high of this stiff fern.
So they were stiff, they weren't flowing.
No, they were hard and stiff, and there was about 4 leaves on each branch. There's 4 branches with 4 leaves on them.
And how much did that set you back?
$8 each, and I bought 4 of them.
You've been Temu, my friend.
I have.
I would have expected it, to be honest.
We've put the photos up on
Oh,
Facebook.
they're up? Fantastic.
I said, is it okay to put photos of you up there? Because it's got a picture of what she was expecting she was going to get from the advert on Temu and then what she actually
And
received.
the look on her face.
She messaged me too during the day and she goes, oh, my Temu delivery's arrived. Can you go and put it in the house? I'm like, well, no, mate, I've got pyjamas on. So this is like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I said, no. So she rushed to go home. And instead of this huge delivery she was expecting, it was one little envelope.
Dave in Cloverdale. Have you been ripped off?
Sort of. I used to do a lot of catch of the day. This particular time, I ordered a yellow, large pot with like a shape of a pineapple. The lid came off, you could shove crap inside it.
Oh, sounds classy,
What was delivered was a small version, but white.
So they didn't even get the colour right.
Didn't even get the colour right, got the size totally wrong. I emailed them back and they said, apologies, keep that, we'll send you the new one free.
Did you get it?
Yep.
In fact, you got a bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, it was a Christmas gift for a sister-in-law.
Yeah.
She opened it, loved it, put it back in the box, put it on the kitchen table, went to go and move it, and the box opened up and the whole thing just dropped on the floor and shattered.
The Classic Breakfast with Nat and Westo on 6AX.
So I've loaded up the Volkswagen with my empty beer cans. The time has come, mate. I haven't been for months and months and months. And I was going to put them in the Ranger, but I thought, nah, the Volkswagen's out the front, so I'll do that. Anyway, I'm trying to shove these big bags into the back. First of all, I tried the boot. And the boot on the Volkswagen is the size of a lunchbox, so nothing's going in the boot. So I thought, it's a soft top. I'll just take the soft top down.
Right, okay.
So I've taken the soft top down. I've moved all the chairs forward, the front seats, and I've rammed all these bags, which have been probably for the last 3 or 4 months. So they've been out in the back patio. I'm shoving them in there and they're falling all over the place. Then I put the roof back up. Last night, Chris said to me, she goes, so what actually happens to the money? Like, does that go into our bank account or is it cash? What's the deal? I said, excuse me, I've put all the hard effort into this. Number one, I've drunk all the beer. That's on me. That's my responsibility. And I've done all the hoiking of the cans and the crushing of the cans because they're all crushed. So that money is getting changed straight into cash at Cash for Cans, and that's going straight into my back pocket. And I got into the car this morning. Because the front seat is squashed so far forward, my knees are actually going up my nostrils. And I'm trying to change gears, and there's all this tinky, tinky, tinky in the back, and as we're going round corners, they're all moving around. I sound like an alcoholic. What's that smell? It's just like old beer. You know, when you go into a nightclub and there's that smell of old beer? Well, that's what my car smells like. As I'm driving to work this morning, I'm doing 100 clicks down the freeway. You know, in your peripheral vision, you see something moving. I saw something on the passenger seat next to me, like within a couple of inches away from me. It is a honking great black cockroach. So I veered off the road. I nearly had a smash, but I didn't. I'm safe. I'm sound. So I got into work this morning. This is my life now. This is what I've become. I'm going through all the bins. Did you see me this morning? And I'm pulling out Coke cans and bottles. Mate, I've made another 40 cents. Just by fossicking through the bins.
It's almost as much as you get paid for the show.
But get ready for me Cash for Cans because I'll be there soon and I need every cent because now I have to steam clean the seats in the Volkswagen.
Making every morning a classic. Nat and Westo, the Classic Breakfast on 6AX.
Movies. We're off to the movies.
Those movies that are kind of a comfort to you and you can watch them again and again and again.
What do you go to over and over?
The first one, Meet the Fockers. Ben Stiller, the wonderful Robert De Niro, Blythe Danner, Dustin Hoffman, Barbara Streisand. I mean, the who's who of Hollywood. This is one of those lines that you get in a movie.
I milked a cat once. My sister had a cat, and the cat birthed a litter of kittens.
I had no idea you could milk a cat.
Oh yeah, you can milk anything with nipples.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
Just fabulous, funny movie. And then the other one is also Ben Stiller with Matt Dillon and Cameron Diaz, Something About Mary. There's a scene where Ben Stiller is not watching what he's doing in the toilet and there's a zip situation going on and Mary's brother, Warren, sees what's happening.
Break some veins! Break some veins!
That scene alone would make any man squirm.
Let's go to Russell in the Hills, mate, the movie you can watch repeatedly and never get sick of.
Just got to put Bad Santa out there as my go-to movie.
Yes! How many times do you reckon you've seen it?
Oh, every Christmas. I've got to do something to make Christmas worthwhile.
Billy Bob, John Ritter's in there as well. It is just hilarious. It's so wrong, but it's so right.
I know. It's wrong on every level, but it's wonderful.
I know. It's not the sort of movie I could sit down and watch with my mother.
From what I've heard you say about your mother, I thought she would have introduced you to it.
What's the movie you can watch repeatedly and never get sick of, Colleen in South Perth?
One of my two favourites is The Associate, Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, anything with Whoopi, yep.
And Saving Grace. Such a funny movie. It's about this elderly lady that has the greenest fingers ever. She meets up with a friend and he's going, oh, look, I've got a plant. It needs a bit of help. And there's this little tiny plant that's dead. He goes, I know what that is. That's hemp.
Chris from Southlake, what you got?
I've watched the Blues Brothers about 300 times. I love John Belushi. He's just lovely.
One of the greats, isn't he? It's such a shame we lost him so young.
Yeah. I like, when they're at Bob's Country Bunker and they go, what sort of music? And they go, we have both sorts, country and western.
Country and western, yeah.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
What movie can you watch repeatedly and never get sick of?
Gay's a little bit like me because she reminded me of one of my favourite movies, Forrest Gump.
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Stivette, Thelma and Louise, the ultimate girl flick. So they're running from the police. We're talking about Susan Sarandon and the wonderful Gina Davis. They're on the run. They're in the car. They've got nowhere to go. They're looking at a cliff. They decide to drive over the cliff.
Let's not get caught. What are you talking about? Let's keep going. What do you mean? Go. You sure?
And over it goes.
It's the Hollywood happy ending.
Yeah, grabbing each other's hands. It's beautiful. And then Linda Bryce Walters. Linda, if you ever want to hang out with me, because we've got the same taste in movies, because Pretty Woman, The Gremlins, who remembers that, she says? Well, I do, because Mogwai and Gizmo, two of my dogs, were named after characters. But then she also mentions The Green Mile and Shawshank Redemption, two of my favourites, both written by Stephen King. This is the speech by Morgan Freeman about Tim Robbins' character, Andy Dufresne.
Andy Dufresne, who crawled through a river of and came out clean on the other side.
Time for one more call. Andrew and Langford, the movie you can watch repeatedly and never get sick of.
The Goonies.
Does it take you back to the time when you were just a kid?
Yeah, it does. I'm a bit like you guys. I'm a child of the 80s. I really enjoy that film. It's just something I can rewatch and rewatch.
Oh, yes! Cindy Lauper.
The Goonies are good enough.
The Classic Breakfast with Nat and Westo on 6AX.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I've got a bit of a lisp this morning. I'm sounding a little bit like Drew Barrymore. And this happens every time someone sticks something in my mouth. It must aggravate my mouth a bit, and then I sort of end up speaking a little bit lispy like that. The reason is that I went back to my fabulous dentist, Dr. Laura from Mount Lawley Smiles, highly recommended, who incidentally was listening to the show yesterday, and she said, you know that you've already got jaw issues, because I'm a bit clicky, and we've tried to fix it, and I'm still clicky around the old jaw. And she said, can you stop with your useless talent? Don't keep sticking big things like your fist in your mouth.
Of course, that's what we were talking about yesterday.
Exactly. That is my useless talent, sticking my fist in my mouth.
Yeah.
Laura was actually going to ring in yesterday as a caller because she said her skill, her useless talent, what would you think a dentist's useless talent would be?
Blowing up balloons. using helium, like breather helium.
I mean,
blood,
that's a great one.
I don't
But
know.
no, Laura's talent was also sticking her fist in her mouth.
Wow.
But she's got teeny tiny little fists.
What a coincidence. Well, see, that's better for sticking them in your
That
mouth.
is so true. Because my mouth was aching, the mouth wide open, trying to control my saliva. Because as you know, she said I got a lot of saliva happening the last time. Anywho, she said to me, it's not going to hurt too much. So you don't need to bring a driver along. She said, all we're going to be doing is screwing the dental implant onto the dental post. And then it's all done and dusted.
Sounds
right.
easy.
Sounds easy. We get in there. She takes off the little cap and then she starts screwing on the implant, the tooth.
So no green whistle for
No
you.
green whistle for me. She'd numbed it with numbing gel. And that worked last time. But she lied. My dentist lied. She lies more than my physical trainer when he says 2 more, because it's never just 2 more. It hurt like buggery. And I wouldn't mind if she'd given me some drugs. And I said, where's the green whistles? And she said, they're in the safe. I said, give me one. She said, I can't give you one because you're driving. And I said, Laura, me being on drugs would probably improve my driving. So she said, I can give you a needle. I said, I'll look away. I can't see the needle. It's like a scene out of a horror movie for me. She brings out this honking big needle and sticks it in me. The area did go numb. That's it. She screwed it in. It looks fantastic. I'm like a supermodel for dental implants. $3,000 later.
Wow.
And I don't know if you know this, but I was walking around yesterday morning with $3,000 cold hard cash. I was very nervy. My sphincter was going crazy.
If I'd have known, you wouldn't have it.
That's what I was worried about. I thought he's going to roll me because I sold my outboard motor and I had $3,000 cash. That's why I thought I'll pay it in cash. So I did. I handed over the $3,000 and she says to me, where'd you get $3,000? I said, you don't want to know. She said, are you dealing drugs? And I said, Laura, if I was dealing drugs, I'd have an endless supply of green whistles and I'd be tooting on those things day and night.
I hope this was as much fun for you as it was for me. The Classic Breakfast with Nat and Westo. Weekday mornings from 5:30 on 6IX.
I'm done. Stick a fork in me. I feel good.